This is iFIBER 1 News. Here are today's top stories.
A woman who led law enforcement on a lengthy pursuit through Moses Lake involving a stolen car is heading to drug treatment.
Ricardo Padilla showed up for work Monday morning in East Wenatchee, and something important was missing. Hunters setting out for black bear this year in Washington will have an expanded season and a new bag limit to help manage the animal's population.
Moses Lake man Jacob Padilla has something that most people don't, a bond with a wild animal.
From the iFIBER 1 newsroom, this is iFIBER 1 News. And it starts now.
A woman who led law enforcement on a lengthy pursuit through Moses Lake involving a stolen car is heading to drug treatment. Cassandra Ochoa pleaded guilty to possession of a stolen vehicle and attempting to elude in connection to her October 9th arrest. She was sentenced to residential drug treatment and 24 months community custody under the state's drug offender sentencing alternative. Moses Lake police spotted Ochoa driving a stolen BMW on October 9th after it was reported stolen in Warden earlier in the day. Ochoa took off at a high rate of speed following an attempted traffic stop and continued along Broadway Avenue before reaching State Route 17 and heading north. Officers followed the vehicle along Patton Boulevard through the Larson housing community and eventually back onto SR 17. Ochoa eventually headed out on county roads where police used spike strips on the car, slowing the chase until Ochoa got the vehicle stuck on Road 7 Northeast and was taken into custody. The woman was previously sentenced to just 40 days in jail under a first-time offender waiver for a March 26, 2018 pursuit near Royal City, also involving a stolen vehicle. This is Joe Utter for iFIBER 1 News.
This segment is brought to you by
Change doesn't have to be complicated. With a low-profile microwave hood combination that's ready to install right out of the box. It fits in the same space as your under-cabinet hood, so you can get your microwave off the countertop and make space for the routines worth keeping. The low-profile microwave hood combination, from the #1 selling appliance brand in the USA.
Whirlpool Appliances, now available at more furniture in Ephrata.
Ricardo Padilla showed up for work Monday morning in East Wenatchee, and something important was missing, namely the pumpkin on wheels.
We just use it for on-site, for moving dirt around. Yeah, it's not the prettiest thing to steal, but caught somebody's eye.
The bright orange 1984 dump truck is an important piece of equipment for airway excavation of Wenatchee. Sometime overnight, it was stolen from an East Wenatchee job site, and on Monday it became the focus of a police chase at high noon across busy avenues.
We filed a report, and I guess it wasn't long before the guy drove by their work site. I mean, we're just working right here. And the sheriff was actually just leaving the scene of the crime, I guess you can call it, when he was literally just leaving when the truck passed by and pulled him over.
The corporal that took the initial complaint was returning to the area to retrieve a bike that they believed was involved, because it was found by some witnesses. And as he was returning to the area, he saw a big orange dump truck coming up behind him. So he took a turn to get behind the truck, and then the event unfolded from there.
The driver stopped on Lee Court, but wouldn't cooperate with the corporal. He ran across busy Grant Road, dodging deputies and East Wenatchee police through fences and private yards for nearly half a mile. He was finally stopped and arrested just 10 minutes later on Manhattan Drive. The suspect's name hasn't been released, nor is it known why he chose such a conspicuous vehicle.
And I think this was a unique situation. We don't have a lot of dump trucks stolen.
Soon enough, the pumpkin on wheels was released back to its rightful operators.
Yeah, it kind of ruined our plans for the morning, but it's a good thing we got it back, so I guess we can finally get back to work.
Jefferson Robbins, iFIBER 1 News.
This segment is brought to you by
Your taste buds bored? Well, then bring them to Jay's Teriyaki. Not only does Jay's have a variety of teriyaki dishes, they also offer mouth-watering salads and sides. Call Jay's 509-764-5155. Jay's Teriyaki, located at 123 East Broadway in Moses Lake, because it's all in the sauce.
Hunters setting out for black bear this year in Washington will have an expanded season and a new bag limit to help manage the animal's population. The Washington Fish and Wildlife Commission set out new rules this week that start bear season in all areas on August 1st, a 2-week head start on the previous date. And hunters in eastern Washington can now bag 2 animals instead of restricting their kill to a single bear taken on the east side of the Cascades. Fish and Wildlife previously limited the geography of bear harvests, but now says it wants to simplify the rules for hunters. Anyone taking a black bear still must report their kills to the department by January 1st. And submit samples of the bear's teeth to help wildlife agents better manage the species. Jefferson Robbins, iFIBER 1 News.
Moses Lake man Jacob Codiga has something that most people don't, a bond with a wild animal. Codiga has built a bond with a squirrel which he cares for in his backyard. When the squirrel was a baby, Codiga's stepdaughter happened upon it, abandoned by its mother. Codiga tried to return the squirrel to its mother, but the mother again rejected its child. Codiga has a plethora of experience with all kinds of animals, so he decided to care for the abandoned creature. The squirrel, which he named Squirrely, was later discovered to be blind in one eye, which explains why its mother abandoned it. Caring for a wild animal isn't exactly an easy task, but it's one Codiga has found rewarding.
They're pretty moody for the most part. They want food, they're going to be right there around you, and they kind of, they're a little aggressive for the most part. It's a different experience, that's for sure, because most of the time you don't have the ability to get close to an animal like that. And so when you bond with an animal that's not typically handled, it's a different experience altogether.
Caring for wild animals is generally discouraged, but if anyone is looking for tips on squirrel care, Codiga is happy to help them find the information they need. I'm Adam Chikoski for iFIBER 1 News.
This is iFIBER 1 News. For more information on these stories and other news, visit us online at iFiber1.com or check us out on Facebook.